everybody doing today? Today we're gonna be talking about. I found some more things. That's what I found out. So we're gonna start off with today's quote. This quote here is very important. The NFL has been manipulating outcomes for years while building teams up and tearing them down, all to maintain the illusion of competition, while actually controlling the narrative behind closed doors. Yeah. Why do you think some teams all of a sudden get good out of nowhere? Yeah, because they're building them up, and then they suddenly disappear. How teams become good and they disappear for a while and then reappear again. We kind of saw that with Seattle, right? Recently, how Seattle just came out of nowhere. That was the NFL building them up and then tearing them down. Yeah, I don't even think the Seattle Seahawks make the playoffs this season. Yeah, but anyway, I found some more interesting shit. So here are all the logos side by side, as y'all know. Every single one inverted, all side by side, and each and every one of them shows the team that wins every time. And sometimes it shows the other team that's there too. Yeah. And here is Super Bowl 61, the logo. LXI. As you can see, is red, is blue, red, and white. Or red, white, and blue. Sounds similar, right? Like the American flag, right? Red, white, and blue. Well, funny enough, this year in 2026, right, on July 4th, is the 250th year of America. Coincidentally. And the logo is red, white, and blue. Isn't that funny? That's very funny to me. Here it is, look at that. It's the 250th year of America. The inverted logo matches the 250th anniversary of America, red, white, and blue, starting the 2026 NFL season. As you can see, America, red, white, and blue. And then you got the red, white, and blue on here. That matches the American flag, right? Yeah. And I got a sneaky suspicion that is the Kansas City Chiefs. Like I said before in my previous video, I think a month ago, why I said that the NFL probably ain't done with the Chiefs yet. Why not pick the Chiefs again? And the Super Bowl is, I believe, on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. Yeah, Valentine's Day. That's funny. And Travis Kelce did sign a 1 year deal with the Chiefs, which is technically this year. That 1 year deal, he signed with the Chiefs. That was a 1 year deal. And wouldn't it be funny if the Chiefs got picked to go to the Super Bowl yet again? And Travis Kelce can propose to Taylor Swift on Valentine's Day? Because that's when the Super Bowl is, on Valentine's Day. Wouldn't that be funny? I think that'll be funny. But yeah, the inverted logo matches the 250th anniversary of America. Red, white, and blue starting the 2026 NFL season. And then we got the Carolina Panthers. If you notice something about the Carolina Panthers logo, it's shaped like the top of a wave, right? Like this, right? Shaped as a top of a wave. Shaped like a top of a wave. You notice that, right? But when it is inverted, right? When the logo is inverted, it turns red and white. And then you got the blue at the top. Red and white. That sounds like the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the only team in the AFC with the colors of red and fucking white. They're the only team in the AFC with that color. Red and white. That's their dominant color. The red and white is their dominant color. There's a little bit of yellow in their uniform as well, but it's mainly red and white. Which means they need another team to complete the American flag, like illusion, like red and white, and then you got the blue on the other side, which will be the NFC side. Carolina. And on top of that, the Panthers' 12-year cycles and the NFC South timeline. I already said that. The Panthers land directly on Super Bowl 61. Coincidentally. almost like it was timed. Yeah, slowly building them up, slowly building the Panthers up, and then make a Super Bowl run and make them lose. Pick them to go to the Super Bowl, then make them lose. That simple. Unfortunately, but that's just the way it is, really. Unfortunately for the Panthers. But everything is lining up perfectly for this to happen. Like I said before, so last year, well, the last season, they went to the East. And the year before that, it was the West. So they went West, East, and I think they have back West, which will be Kansas City again. I think they hop back to the West because these two divisions are the most divisions that they hit. They hop right back to the West. And the last 2 years was 2 losses for the AFC. Loss, and I think they go right to the West, and it will be a win. You got to follow the win-loss pattern too. It will be loss, and then win for the AFC West, which will be the Kansas City Chiefs, another win. How many rings do Mahomes have? 3. Why not give him another one? 4. There you go. And in total, the Chiefs will have how many Super Bowl trophies? 5. Yeah. Tying with the who? Tying with the Cowboys and the 49ers with 5 Super Bowls. Yeah. So I believe they go back to the West and they pick the Chiefs yet again. Why not? They pick the Chiefs yet again. That's what I'm thinking. They hop right back to the West and they pick the Chiefs yet again based on this logo. And not just the logo, but the patterns that I'm seeing in the divisions, as you can see. Because this year you can follow this. This is very easy to do. Put the year from every Super Bowl, all the wins and losses from all the teams, and put them into a division with each other. And a pattern gonna start unfolding in front of your eyes because the NFL is picking teams every damn year. The same damn thing. But a different strip. That's all it is. So I'm thinking they hop back to the West and pick the Kansas City Chiefs again. And I already did this. And if you watched the previous video, you already seen this. If you're new here, I'm gonna explain it to you. The Patriots since 2002 has been heavy Patriots dynasty. And then as of right now, it's been 2020 to 2026 has been nothing but Chiefs dynasty. So the Chiefs has been constantly appearing, cock blocking any other team from the AFC to make it to the Super Bowl. Really, this was a dynasty handoff. Yes, it was. It was a dynasty handoff. How it went from Patriots to the damn Chiefs. Before that, the NFL was building the Chiefs up and slowly tearing the Patriots down, right? Because the Patriots were at the end of that damn dynasty. So they had to build up a new team to replace them, and that was Kansas City Chiefs. And now look at them. Like I said before at the beginning of the video, I said that the NFL builds teams up and then build them down. Some teams randomly fucking appear in a Super Bowl and then disappear for a while because the NFL built them up and then tore them down. And they don't disappear for a while. A perfect example of this is the NFC South. Really. If you kind of look at their appearance, how they appear and then disappear for a long fucking time. The Falcons, that 17-year gap that they have, they appear and then disappeared, then appeared again. Same thing with the Buccaneers. Appeared, disappeared, and reappeared again. NFL slowly builds them up and then tear them down. And then slowly build them up again. It's the same thing over and over and over again. In the NFC, in the NFC has been heavy East and West for the past 5 years, mostly West. So you could go back to I think 2020. no, 2022. Yeah. So here it's been east, west, east, and then west again for the past 5 years, mostly west. So since after a heavy rest in east run, they normally hop to another division, will be the south. And based on the NFC South cycle and timeline, the NFC South is next. And I'm expecting the Panthers to go right to Super Bowl 61 based on their cycle. And not only that, only how the logo looks as well. Remember, it's red, white, and blue. The Panthers, if you look at the Panthers jerseys, you can go look that up for yourself. The Panthers jersey matches that damn logo. That blue, it matches. Some people could argue and say the Lions. I highly doubt it's the Lions. Their color of their jersey don't really match that damn logo. It is really the Panthers blue that really matches. Not only that, but the wave in the logo kind of like matches the Carolina logo. If you look at it, because Carolina's logo is shaped like the top part of a wave when it cresces. Not only that, but it's also shaped like the Carolinas, north and south. If you flip it the other way, but yeah. And so since 2000, if y'all already seen this, since 2000, the pattern actually shows NFC West as the most appearances in East, South, and then North, which is rare because the North only since 2000, the NFC North only appeared 2 times out of everybody else, which is ridiculous if you think about it. The West is dominant. The East comes in second, the South comes in third, and then the North comes in last as the least amount of appearances. So the real pattern is West, East, South, North. That's what it is. West dominates, the East pops in between, the South occasionally rises, the North rarely appears, and that's true. That's what it is. The NFL is rotating through each division every year in the NFC. It's rotating through like a big ass wheel. That's what it's doing. There's there's different variety in the NFC every time because they're rotating through. So every 3 to 5 years, this is the South right here. Every 3 to 5 years, they hit the South once, twice, once, twice, once, twice. And now we at the end of this 5 year gap here. And I'm expecting them to hit the South. Yet again, and you could go back and look at this because the pattern shows up here too. It's the same damn thing. It's the weirdest pattern ever. This is why the NFC South doesn't have a dominant team because they're cycling through all the 4 teams in the South. That's what they're doing. Basically giving everyone a chance. That's exactly what they're doing. And every time they're building the NFC South team up and then tearing them down. Every time. Rotating through. A lot of people thought that the Saints could have won more Super Bowls with Drew Brees and Sean Payton. Yeah, they could. They could have. But since the Saints are in the NFC South, it doesn't make any sense. That's going to mess up the whole timeline. The NFL has orchestrated an entire timeline for the NFC South. And when they appear. That's why there's really no dominant team in the South. Everybody gets a chance. That's what it is. And if you go back and look at every time the Panthers, seasons before the Panthers make a Super Bowl run, go look at this. And this was actually crazy when I actually went to go look at it. Look at this. Before they made a Super Bowl run, 7-9, 7-8-1, 8-9. You see a pattern here? They start off like that and then make a Super Bowl run. Bam, 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 and then what's here? You see what I'm saying? It's the same fucking thing. Because they added an extra game here. This probably would have been like 7-9 or something. Because they added an extra game. But now it's 8-9. They missed the playoffs here when they went 7-9. They missed, but then the 03 season leading to the Super Bowl to 2004, they finished the season with 11-5 and made a Super Bowl run, and then lost to the Patriots. 2014, they finished 7-8-1, made the playoffs, lost to Seattle. This is the year. That's the year that the Seahawks went to the Super Bowl. Right there. That's the year that the Seahawks went to the Super Bowl and won. And then right behind that year, they went 15-1. Super Bowl 50. And they lost to the Broncos. And now look at this 2025 season, they finished 8-9. Made the playoffs, lost to the Rams. And now it's 2026. What record do I think the Panthers finish with? Since there's an extra game, I think they finished 12-5. And make the Super Bowl and then fucking lose to who? Kansas City. Isn't that kind of funny how the Panthers lose to two dynasty teams and one defensive team? Because the Broncos wasn't a dynasty team. That was a defensive team. Defense. So history is kind of like repeating itself. The Panthers run into a dynasty team yet again. And then lose again. The same fucking pattern over and over and over again. This is what I find funny. Because every year, right before the Panthers make a Super Bowl run, they finish either 7-9, 7-8-1, or 8-9, which was an extra game. Since the NFL added an extra game, this would have probably been 7-9. But since they added an extra game, it's 8-9. And I think for the 2026 season, I think the Panthers finished 12-5. That's my prediction for the Panthers right there. I think they finished 12-5. That's enough to win the South. And to get a playoff spot and make a deep playoff run. If the NFL is picking the Panthers based on this damn cycle, it's most likely the damn Panthers. And make a Super Bowl appearance, and then they lose to who? And then they run into who? The fucking Chiefs. Yet again. And based on the win-loss pattern, the last win pattern in the NFC South was the Buccaneers. Which means what follows after that is a fucking loss. Which means the Panthers land directly on a loss. And the Chiefs land directly on a what? On a win. If you look at this damn logo, right? Let's go back. We're going to go back and look at this damn logo. If you look at this damn logo, this shit is all red. Right? The red wave is literally overtaking the blue. If you look at it. Like a wave cressing over, right? Cressing over the blue. It's a big ass red wave overtaking the blue. Which means what? If it is the Panthers and the Chiefs, the Panthers will probably hang around, right, and actually try to fight the Chiefs, but eventually the Chiefs are gonna take over, right? They're gonna take over and then win the fucking game. That's what I'm thinking in my head. But yeah, y'all can literally go look at this yourselves too, because the pattern is there. It's very strange. This is right before they make a Super Bowl run. Every fucking time they finish with a record of either 7-9, 7-8-1. But since they added an extra game, it's 8-9. This probably would have been 7-9 since they added an extra game. But y'all see the pattern, and then the following year they jump they go from 7-9 to 11-5. And I bet nobody expected the Panthers to go from 7-8-1 to fucking 15-1 the next year. I bet nobody expected that shit. I bet no one expected the Panthers to go fucking 15-1 the following fucking year. Right after the year they went 7-8-1. And then for the 2025 season, they went 8-9. I expect the Panthers to go from 8-9 to 12-5. That's enough to probably win the South, get a playoff spot, and make a deep playoff run. And this is what I think. Y'all could go look at this for yourself. The 12-year cycles for the Panthers. This is crazy when I looked at it. Because then it started making even more fucking sense when I looked at it. It just made a lot of damn sense. And this is what I really been doing. Like, teams that match the logo inverted in the inverted world, or normally might be the 7 teams in the playoffs. And I already found some of them. They did this. I did the exact same thing last year, but I didn't do it with all the teams, right? I did it with some, but some of those teams that logos that I inverted for last year was matching the Super Bowl 60 logo, right? And I did the same thing for the Super Bowl 61 logo. And there's some teams that matches this damn logo. Look at this. It really matches if you look. The Lions logo inverted, that bitch is orange. And then this is inverted, that's orange as well. The Panthers orange because it's matching this. Also, the Browns and Bengals logos inverted, it turns blue, which matches the other blue here. Orange and blue. And the Chiefs also matches as well. See, look, there's red and white, and then it turns blue. And then the inverted, well, it turns what? Red and white. And I believe that's the Chiefs. I believe this is the fucking Chiefs. It just makes too much sense. And there's probably going to be some of y'all like, oh, it's the 49ers. No, it's not. Remember, after a heavy West run, they normally move to another division. They've been hitting the West too many times lately. So it's most likely the Panthers. Especially if you look at this NFC South timeline. Oh, yeah. The Panthers are most likely next. And this blue is matching the Panthers jerseys. This fucking blue here. Go look at the Panthers jerseys and tell me that blue don't fucking look like this blue. You can even invert the Panthers jersey and that bitch turn orange. If you invert the Panthers jerseys, that bitch turn orange. Funny enough, the fucking logo is orange normally, but inverted is blue. And it looked like this Panthers blue. Yeah, I believe it's the Panthers. It just makes too much fucking sense. And I believe these are the 7 teams in the playoffs, based on how the logo is in the inverted world. And yes, I put the Saints also in the playoffs, but remember, right after they hit the Panthers, they hit the Saints. So I expect the Saints to be in the playoffs. That's the NFL slowly building the Saints up for next season. Because I know what the fuck they're doing. Remember, the NFL builds teams up and then tear them down right after. So that's why I think they're going to build the Saints up, because the Saints are going to go next year. Go to the Super Bowl next year. Yeah. So this is what I'm thinking. This is exactly what I'm thinking. And based on patterns and cycles, AFC West and NFC South should be the places where the NFL hits next. This is exactly what I'm thinking. Based on the cycle patterns and cycles that I see. I expect them to hit the AFC West, which will be the Kansas City Chiefs, and I expect them to hit the NFC South based on the patterns and the cycles that I see in both conferences. It just makes too much sense. And the fucking logo itself. So all the evidence is here. Remember, the NFL has to tell you before they fucking do it. It's very simple. They just can't tell you. They have to tell you. But the evidence is in front of your fucking face. That's if your eyes are open. Really. But since nobody's eyes are open, nobody can see. But yeah, this is what I'm generally thinking. I believe it's the Chiefs and the Panthers. This is what I think. Based on the logo and the cycle patterns that I see, I think it's these 2 teams. Just make too much fucking sense. Just make too much damn sense. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Y'all have a nice day.